Morning. All right, so I just had a little glitch with my live stream, and the software, once again, it wasn't streaming. So I thought I was live the whole time, and I was kind of going through I went through the entire no calculator section, and nobody could see what I was doing or hear what I was doing. So that it is what it is. That's a bummer. So I'm gonna do it again. I've got it all queued up, well, almost all queued up here. We need to get to and we're gonna jump into the math no calculator section now. As per requested by Dark Naster, we are doing test number 7 today. I decided to jump ahead to test 7 instead of test 5, which was next in the queue. So let's get right into it. I really apologize if you're watching that and you're wondering what's going on. Why can't you see anything or hear anything? So it's just something that a mistake I made with my streaming software. It is what it is. So we're going to do it again. The only unfortunate thing is now I've already gone through the test. When I actually went through it the first time, so now I've seen all the problems. It won't be that I'm doing them for the first time, but it will still be informative. All right. So if you guys are ready, let's get everything set up. Let's get my whiteboard going here. And let's begin. 20 questions in 25 minutes. No calculator section. Oops, let me stretch this out a little bit. Oh wait, what test is this? This looks different. Okay, this looks like a different test than what I was doing before. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh, I might be on test 8 now. You know what, hold on, let me back up because I want to make sure we do test 7. Oh, I'm on test 5 somehow. All right, let's get to test 7. Alrighty. Let's skip this. This is how I actually skip through. I usually always kind of skip these parts. They make you go in order, you know. Next one. Yes. And then here we go. Math no calculator. And let's begin. So x plus y equals 75. The equation above relates the number of minutes x Maria spends running each day and the number of minutes y she spends biking each day. In the equation, what does 75 represent? Here's the number she spends running. Here's the number she spends biking. So what does that mean? They total 75, meaning that's how much she total spends biking and running each day. Which of the following is equivalent to 3x plus 5 minus 6? We're going to just distribute that to be 3x plus 15 minus 6. Combine these guys. 3x plus 9. Right there. We got a system of equations, and it says we need to find the ordered pair that satisfies this. I'm going to do a little substitution. So I'm going to plug in the second equation, y minus 3 in for x plus 2y equals 6. Y minus 3 multiply 2 over here and here plus 4y equals 12. This guy combines to 5y minus 3 equals 12. Add 3 to both sides. 5y equals 15. Divide both sides by 5. Y equals 3. And then we'll plug that back in here. 3 minus 3 is 0. So x equals 0. So that's our ordered pair. It's 0, 3. 0, 3. You can see it works for both equations. Which of the following is equal to this? Okay, so let's just go ahead and sort this out. I'm going to distribute that negative to both of those guys and remove the parentheses. Plus 6i, right? So that's like a negative 1 is out there. I squared is just negative 1, so 5 plus 12i. Negative 1 times negative 9 is plus 9. And then combine these guys and combine these guys. This becomes 14 plus 18i. All right. X squared minus 6x. Okay, so this is actually just plug and chug. Plus 3 over x minus 1. So it becomes negative 1 squared, right? I'm just plugging in negative 1 all the way across over negative 1 minus 1. So on top, we've got 1 plus 6 plus 3 over negative 2. This equals 10 over negative 2, which equals negative 5. A company that makes wildlife purchase videos for this, $32,400. Purchase of video camera equipment. The equipment depreciates in a value at a constant rate for 12 years, after which it's considered to have no monetary value. So after 12 years, it goes to 0. How much is the camera equipment worth 4 years after it is purchased? So it's decreasing at a constant amount every 12 years to get to 0. So really, this is the kind of the slope, the downward trajectory. So this is a no calculator section. We got to do this division, right? 12, so it goes 2, 24, 8, 4, 7, and then everything's going to be zeros. So it goes on 2,700 per year. After 4 years, 0, 0, 8, 2, 8, 10. It goes on 10,800. So we have to subtract that from this. 0, 0, 1, 14, 6, 1, 2, 21,600. Next, x squared plus 6x plus 4. Now notice, this one, you can't simplify this, but if you got to sometimes look at the answers and be like, what are they looking for? They're looking for a perfect square plus a constant, meaning we need to complete the square. That's the whole idea here. So let's complete the square by you take half of this x value, the b value, and square it. So x squared plus 6x plus 9. But you can't just add it. So I'm going to draw a little line here, because over here we need to subtract that 9. That's how we keep balancing the equation. It looks pointless, but it's cool because now we can turn this in, we can factor this into x plus 3. X plus 3. And we can combine this to be -5. This becomes x plus 3 squared minus 5. B. All right. Next, number 8. Ken is working this summer as part of a crew on a farm. He earned $8 per hour for the first 10 hours. So that's $80. Because of his performance, his crew leader raised his salary to $10 per hour for the rest of the week. Ken saves 90%, so 10 times some number, because we don't know, it doesn't say. Ken saves 90% of his earnings and these two are his earnings from each week. Saves 90%, and 90% of this is what he saves. What is the least number of hours, which is our x, that he must work to make 270? Should save 270, excuse me. So this has to be greater than or equal to 270. Solve for x, right? The equation is perfect. We just got to solve for x. This is like 9 times 8. This is like 9 times 1 plus 9x is greater than or equal to 270. Subtract 72. This is 9x is greater than or equal to 198. Divide both sides by 9. 198 divided by 9 is 2, 18, 1, 18, 2. So it's 22. Marissa needs to hire at least 10 staff members for an upcoming project. The staff members will be made up of junior directors, paid $640. Senior directors, paid $880. She must hire at least 3 junior directors and at least 1 senior director. Which of the following systems of inequalities represents the condition described if x is the number of juniors? So x has to be greater than or equal to 3. And y has to be greater than or equal to 1. And let's see. Okay, so let's first look at these guys are easy, and for sure we know those. So we can eliminate, look, this is less than, these are no good. We're already down to A or B. The next one, she said she has to hire at least 10 staff members. That means x plus y has to be greater than or equal to 10. Look, we can find a difference here. This is less than, that's wrong. Don't even worry about the first equation. I don't care. We got our answer. Let's make sure I chose, yeah, good. In the equation above, those are constants. It has roots of this, this, and this. If anything has a root, it means that we can factor out x minus that root. So x minus -1 is a root. X minus -3 is a root, and x minus 5 is a root. And roots are the same thing as these are factors. So these are all factors. Do we see any of these ones? This is really x plus 1, right? This is x plus 3, and this one's the same. Here's x plus 1. We don't have x plus 3 or x minus 5, so that's it. The expression, this is equivalent to which of the following? Look what they've done here in the answers. Again, this is your Q. They have no negative exponents, no fractional exponents. So we got to convert all those. And this is how you do it. Y to the 1/2 x to the 1/3, y to the -1. First, flip these guys. A negative in a fraction, this one just goes up and this one just goes down. And then the exponents become positive. So it's y to the +1 over x squared, x to the 1/3. And then these fractional ones are just roots. This is 1/2, so it's the square root over x squared. And this is just the cube root of x. And that is D. This function is defined by this. The graph of the f is a parabola. Which of the following intervals contains the x-coordinate of the vertex of the graph of f? I would turn this into vertex form. So this is, again, completing the square. So first I'm going to FOIL. X squared plus x plus 3x plus 3. X squared plus 4x plus 3. And then we're going to complete the square. So we add the square of that. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 plus 3 minus 4. And this becomes x plus 2 squared, right? If you factor this out, and then plus 1. And this means that, no, sorry, minus 1. This means that our vertex is at 2, -1. Did I do that right? 2, -1. I'm sorry, it's -2, -1. Because it's always x minus the thing. So it's -2, -1. So it's got to be this one. Okay, I think I did that correctly. Let's do the next one. Which of the following is equivalent to this? Guess what? This is just a synthetic division problem to get to here. So we need to figure out, we need to just do synthetic division. We take the coefficient of each one of these terms, 1, -2, -5. X minus 3, so whatever's being subtracted, we throw in the box up here, and this is how we do it. Drop 1 all the way down, multiply by 3, bring it here. Then add these, -2 plus 3 is 1. Multiply by 3, put it here. Add these, and we got -2. So this is your x term, this is your next term, so it's x plus 1, and then minus, and this is your remainder, and that remainder goes over the divisor, which is x minus 3. And that's D. A shipping service restricts the dimensions of a box it will ship for a certain type of service. The restriction states that for boxes shaped like rectangular prisms, just a box, for rectangular prisms, the sum of the perimeter of the base of the box and the height of the box cannot exceed 130. So length, width, height. So he said the perimeter, which is 2L plus 2W, plus the height, cannot exceed 130. The perimeter of the base is determined using the width and length, right? If a box has a height of 60 and its length is 2.5 times the width, so we could say this equals 2.5 width, which inequality shows the allowable width x in inches of the box. We'll leave it as W for now since I've got the equation. So length equals 2.5 W, so let's substitute 2.5 W plus 2W plus 60, right? I'm plugging in 60 here. Is less than or equal to 130. 5W plus 2W plus 60. Oops. Less than or equal to 130. 7W, let's subtract 60 from both sides, is less than or equal to 70. W is less than or equal to 10. Oops, 10. So whatever one, it's this one. I mean, this is the only one. 0, yeah, whatever. Of course, it has to be greater than 0, I suppose, but 10. And 15. This expression can be rewritten as this. So look, what are they doing right off the bat? They've clearly factored out a 1/3, right? So if we factor out 1/3, from this, we have to think x squared, but what comes here? This, you have to say 1/3 of what gives you that -2, and that's 6. Okay, and then we want to factor it making it like a difference of squares. Well, this isn't a perfect square, but we can still do difference of squares because it's the square of this minus the square of this, or square root, excuse me, times the square root of this plus the square root of this. So what is k? K is just the square root of 6. 2x plus 8 equals 16. What is the value of x plus 4? If you double this, you get 16. So this has to be half, which is 8. Don't even need to do anything there. All right. Let's do this again. Like this. N, Q, M, R. This is 70. This is 60. And it says at NP and QP, here's P. These guys are equal. MP and PR, these guys are equal. This is a vertical angle, so it's 60. So these triangles are similar. They're the same. They're congruent. Which are the following? What is the measure of QMR? So we know then that this is 70, 60, 60. This has to be. This is also 120 down here, and then we know this is an isosceles down here. We're trying to find this angle, and this must be equal to this because this is an isosceles triangle, and that means this has to be 30. And this has to be 30. So QMR is 30. 3 questions left. 720-degree angle can be written as A pi. We're talking about conversion to radians. If we're converting degrees to radians, just multiply by pi over 180. Okay, because pi equals 180, so it's just an equivalency. And then this just becomes 720 pi over 180. 720 divided by 180 is 4 pi. So that constant is 4. Next. Graph in lane passes through the point 1, 4 and crosses the x-axis at point 2, 0. The line crosses the y-axis at point 0, b. This is really the y-intercept. So we got to find this equation, put in a slope-intercept form, find the y-intercept. What's the slope? 4 minus 0 over 1 minus 2. 4 over negative 1. So slope of negative 4. And then let's do point slope. So let's do y minus 0 equals negative 4 times x minus 2. Y equals negative 4x plus 8. There's my y-intercept. Lastly, let's do this guy. 7532. Expression above can be written in this form. So it's just simplifying everything. Where a and b are constants, what is the value of a plus b? First, let's get it into that form. 7532 plus 100 y squared. And then I'll distribute the 10. So that's plus 100 y squared again. Minus 1100. Combine these guys and combine these guys. So this is 200 y squared plus, let's do it here. 2, 3, 4, 6 plus 6, 4, 3, 2. And the question is asking, what is a plus b? That means 200 plus this, which is this. Okay. 6, 6, 3, 2. Now, like I said, we got 9 minutes. I already did this section this morning in error, as I mentioned earlier. The streaming didn't go through, so you might see a blank stream right now on my channel. So I'm pretty positive these are all good. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this section. And let's go ahead and make sure I didn't make any mistakes, and we're good. So all 20 of those are correct. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today again. If you have questions or comments, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you want to see something in particular, if you have a question you want me to answer on my weekly live streams. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and that would be great. You can also visit us at scalarlearning.com. Thank you so much. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take it easy.